Welcome everyone, this is your host Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master. First of all, this channel is proudly partnered with the What the Funk shop. Please check out their store for all sorts of products. They have dice, miniatures, game master screens, home decorations, and many other things. You will find the link in the description and in the pinned comment. And make sure that you use my code for a special discount. Today, I want to talk about something that I think will be of great use to pretty much everybody. How to easily understand complex tabletop RPGs. There are a lot of people that look at various RPG books, and the cover is so beautiful, right? And sometimes you hear things about the RPG, and then they open the book. Suddenly they realize that the book is really, really heavy, like very, very thick. And they open the book, and they find a plethora of special moves, abilities, powers, all sorts of techniques, maneuvers, exceptions, and they are overwhelmed. They are immediately overwhelmed. But that's when you're still thinking about tabletop RPGs from a board game perspective, or perhaps in some cases, depending on the complexity of some video games from a video game angle, right? In tabletop role-playing games, you're playing a game and you're playing a role. You play a role in tabletop RPGs by describing your actions and reactions within the game world. Comes to the players, of course, and the game master is describing the situation so that the players interact with that situation as their player characters. As simple as that. Perfect. So going back to the origins of tabletop role-playing games with Dave Arneson, you put focus on playing a role and playing a game, and everything else, including the many rules, exceptions, mechanics, and whatnot, they are all there to assist that fusion of role playing and game. So when you look at those complex tabletop RPG books with who knows how many combat maneuvers, you have rules for the quick attack, you have rules for the flanking attack, you have rules for the disarming maneuver, you have the rules for shoving, you have the rules for tackling, you have the rules for total defense, you have the rules for partial defense, you have the rules for dual wielding with variations depending on the weapon on each hand. You have the rules for bleeding out, you have the rules for sleeping on the floor, you have the rules for getting tired. All of that, right? All of that is there to help you. It is not obligatory. You don't have to memorize hundreds of menus or something, or pages and pages, because people could look at it like a, some sort of restaurant menu and they think, oh no, now I have to memorize all of these things to know what to do, or oh no, during the game now I have to bring out the menu, the book, or the character sheet, depending, and now you're going to be pausing the game for a long time looking through the menu. Just focus on describing your actions, and the game master will tell you what to roll. And as a game master, if you're running the game, you don't need to memorize that. Just become aware, familiar with those various complex rules. And if you suddenly think that one of those rules will apply to the situation, apply it. If you have a better way of doing things, do it. More simple way. The opponents are fighting, right? In the middle of the battlefield. And suddenly the player decides to throw himself at the opponent, attempting to grab the sword arm with his right arm and using his left to try to choke, throttle the opponent, right? And you're like, oh man, that an attack roll? Is that a grapple? Is that what is easier? I'll handle it as a simple attack roll because the The maneuver, you consider it based on the footing of the situation. Maybe they are standing on top of a rickety or swingy or not reliable board on top of a ship at sea. You think that it's not exactly like a proper grapple, that there could be some other factors, it's more like a striking attempt or something, then handle it as an attack roll. And later on, if you want to consider using the grappling rules, then do it. They are there to assist you. All of those apparently complicated rules, they are there to assist you. They are not there to restrain you or shackle you. And there are some simple games that shoot themselves in the foot by trying to present this complex approach in order to appear original. Perfect example, powered by the apocalypse. Let's use Cult Divinity Lost. You have this menu of moves. Pierce through the veil, resist, harm, and now the player is no, I have to learn all of the moves so that I can properly say out the name of the move, and I need no. In that case, the mechanic is just roll two dice. You describe your action, whatever it could be. The game master calls for a roll. You roll two dice, and then you apply the results. Don't need to memorize who knows how many moves and special exceptions and nuances. Both the players and the game master need to understand this because it's going to facilitate all of those tabletop RPGs out there that seem impossible to obscure to learn. No, it's a distortion. Like I said, there is a lot of distortion in tabletop role playing games. There is no gate. There is no gate keeping you away from those games. Take the game and play it. Simple as that. Play it. Have fun. Enjoy it. And of course, if you want to play it as a board game, as a conversation game, as a storytelling game, that's on you, right? But if you want to play a role and play a game in a tabletop role playing game, you describe your actions and reactions. The game master presents the situation. You describe your actions and reactions. You interact with the objects, with the non player characters. You make your attacks. You make your skill checks. Handle things in character. You only assign the results of the dice that are being rolled and whatnot. If needed, you mention the mechanical aspect of one of your the of the things that occurs. The character loses two hit points, right? The character is now exhausted. That is simple enough to understand. You are affected by the exhausted condition, but it's also descriptive narrative, right? So yes, when you take a look at those complex games, don't feel like, oh no, I have to learn all of the rules. No. Learn the core, the basic, and if it applies, and if you find it fun, use the rest. But definitely consider, look ahead, if there are going to be some domino effects. Like for example, maybe you want to use the punching rules when the characters are grappling, but they cannot be used until the grapple has been established. Then you either learn the entire grappling rules, that is the grapple and then the punching after grappling rule, or handle the grapple as a simple attack roll and then handle the punch, right? It's all good. Don't feel pressure that, oh, I have to do it like the book says. The book is there to assist you. Dave Arneson, the father of role playing tabletop RPGs, he was always coming up with all sorts of crazy systems and subsystems during the game. He had like almost like a mini game for every single situation, like a mini mechanic that he came up with on the fly, and they were all having a blast, the time of their lives for it. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it informative and entertaining. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. Anyone else wishes to further support the channel, they're joining as a member using the super thanks button, like, subscribe. Take a look at the information in the description and in the pinned comment. This has been your host, Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master. And remember, in tabletop RPGs, it's not about what you want your characters to do. It's about what your characters are doing. Once again, thank you and see you later.